Yes, how you doing?
Hi, thanks for coming in. Welcome to Exercise Physiology Lab. My name is Donna. I'm going to be the one assisting you today.
Okay.
Oh, why don't we have a sit over here?
Perfect.
Okay, so I see that you are here for your whole body fat hemoglobin testing. Have you had this testing done before?
I've never had it done before, but I have heard little gist of it.
So before we actually proceed, I would like you to go over these forms for me. They are your HHQ, PARQ, exercise pre-participation questionnaires, as well as informed consent. Right, so I'll just have you fill out these forms for me. We just need to know if you need medical clearance, and if all is well, we're just gonna resume at a later date and proceed with the assessment.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to help.
No questions at all. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right, so I'll go look these over and see if you will need a medical clearance. So I just went over the forms, and you are cleared to proceed. You don't need a doctor's clearance. We're just gonna set up an appointment for you, and on that day, we're gonna take your height and weight before the testing.
Okay.
So what it is another tool to measure body composition. It
Okay.
measures your body fat percentage, your lean mass, your bone mineral density, as well as your resting metabolic rate, or in other words, it's basically how much your body burns calories while you're resting.
Wow, awesome. I
Okay.
didn't know that.
And the way that this machine measures those values is through what's called air displacement technology.
Oh.
Basically, it calculates your body mass and volume to estimate your body composition.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I
so-
didn't know.
Yeah. Some of these risks may include increase in blood pressure, stroke, heart attack, even possible death. But we have team members who are CPR and first aid certified. They will assist you just in case any of these events may happen.
Okay.
And discomforts may include with you being uncomfortable in a minimal clothing and wearing a swimming cap, as well as being claustrophobic.
Okay. Got it.
So on the day of the testing, I would advise you to stay from exercising at least 6 hours before, as well as eating 10 hours before, drinking about 3 hours, as well as taking any stimulants or over-the-counter for 12 hours. Also, no caffeine, drugs, or alcohol 12 hours before this test. Okay. And lastly, try to get a normal night's sleep.
Got it. I'll try.
On the day of the test, you would have to be in a minimal clothing, preferably a Speedo. We
Okay.
will also provide you a swimming cap so that the air trapped in your hair wouldn't interfere with the measurements.
Okay. Perfect.
Sounds good?
Yes.
Regarding confidentiality, all this information gathered here will only be shared between you and me according to HIPAA Act of 1996 and will not be accessible to the public.
Okay.
All right, so do you have any more questions for me?
No.
No? Okay, so we're going to set up an appointment for you and we're going to see you next time, okay? So thank you for coming back. I just want to go over again that you haven't exercised for 6 hours before the testing, taking any alcohol, drugs, or tobacco 12 hours before the testing, ate before the testing 10 hours before, or anything like that. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to head over to the lab and take your weight and height. Okay?
Perfect.
Alright, so we're going to be measuring your height and weight over here. First thing, we're going to do your height measurement in this thermometer.
Got it. Okay.
So I'm going to have you take off your shoes.
Socks too?
Socks is fine.
Socks is fine. Okay.
Alright, and then I'm going to have you stand over this stadiometer over here with your back against it.
Yeah.
Okay, all 3 points touching, your buttocks, your mid-back, upper back. Alright. Head in neutral position, and I'm gonna have you take a normal breath and hold it for me until I take your measurement. Okay. All right. So we're gonna be taking your weight
Okay.
in here. We're gonna be taking your weight. I'm gonna ask you to take off your socks and your shirt, please.
Okay.
And also, if you could take off your jewelry, is that okay?
Yeah, just watch.
Watch and necklace as well. And make sure to empty your pockets as well. That's good. Alright, so I'm gonna have you stand over here. This balance beam. Alright, put your face, head looking forward. Okay, I'm gonna take your measurement right now. Perfect. So just step on the scale for me. So I'm going to be calibrating the Bod Pod first, and then we're going to get you started. Okay? So before we proceed with the testing, we have to do a calibration of the Bod Pod first. Okay. So on the screen, you're going to go over to QC, which stands for Quality Control, and then we're going to do an analyze of hardware first. So for this, we're going to make sure that the scale is clear, and then I'm going to click next. Analyze it. So voltage levels pass, speaker 0 pass, scale 0 pass, and transmit level pass. And then I'm going to click next. It's testing the magnet, testing the airway. It's prompting me to open the Bod Pod door. I'm going to click next. Then I'm going to make sure that the Bod Pod door is empty. Okay, which it is, and then I'm going to close it. And we're not going to touch the Bod Pod during calibration, and then next. Calibration in progress. So I'm going to open the Bod Pod door, and I will be placing the cylinder inside of it. And it weighs 49.973 liters. And then we'll close the door. Then I'm going to click next. It's calibrating once more. Okay, so the screen says that the volume has passed in amplitude, so we're gonna click finish. So the next step is we're gonna calibrate the scale, so we're gonna go to QC, and then you're gonna see calibrate scale, click on that. First things first, we're gonna clear the scale. The scale is pretty clear, and then we're not gonna touch the scale during tearing. We're gonna click next, and tearing is in progress. Right now we're gonna be placing the weights on the scale. Okay, they're 10 kilograms each, so a total of 20 on the center of the scale. Then we're going to be clicking next, measurement in progress. Then it's going to ask us to remove the weights off the scale. And then we're not going to be touching the scale during tearing, and click next. Okay, we're going to put the weights back onto the scale once more. Then we will be clicking next, measurement in progress. I'm going to remove the weights again and click next, tearing in progress. So it's asking us to put the weights back on. Okay. Clicking next, measurement in progress, removing the weights, and press next, tearing in progress. Okay, so we calibrated successfully, and then we're gonna click finish. The next thing is we're gonna go over to QC and perform an auto run. It says we have to close the chamber door, which is. Then we're gonna click next. This is the first measurement. So second measurement is in progress right now. So there's gonna be 4 more measurements after this. So the auto run results, everything passed. Mean volume, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, and slope. We're gonna click finish. Last thing we're gonna do is run a volume test. So go over QC and click volume. Okay. We're gonna open the Bod Pod door. Then we're gonna click next. We're gonna make sure that the Bod Pod's empty, so I'm gonna take off the cylinder up here. Then we're gonna close the Bod Pod door and click next. Calibration in progress. Alright, so I'm going to open the Bod Pod door, and we're going to place the cylinder back in. I'm going to close the door, hit next. Calibration. Okay, now it's asking us to open the Bod Pod door. Then we're going to click next. Then we're going to start the first volume, close the door, and click next. Measurement in progress. So it says first measurement is complete, so we're going to open the door. Click next. Then we're gonna start the second volume measurement, so we're gonna close the door. Then there's gonna be 4 more measurements after this. Then we're gonna click next. Measurement complete. We're going to open the pod and take off the cylinder. Then close the Bod Pod door. Then click next to continue. Alright, all of the volume results have passed, mean, volume, and standard deviation. So we're going to click finished. And that's how you calibrate the Bod Pod. Alright, so I just finished calibrating my Bod Pod and the scale as well. So if you could void your bladder before the testing and strip down to your minimum clot. Then we're gonna begin. So I'm gonna have you put on this swim cap on your head. Okay, looks good. Alright, so we're gonna begin. But first I'm gonna go over to the test and hit body composition. Alright, I'm gonna click next. Then I'm gonna enter all this information.
Okay.
I'm gonna be entering his first and last name, his date of birth, his gender, and height as well. Alright, and it's also asking for ethnicity, and I'm going to put general population. And then it asks us to select density and TGV models. So we're going to choose Siri for density model, and then for TGV, choose predicted. Alright, and then I'm going to click next. So, starting the test, I'm going to open the Bod Pod door. And then I'm going to click next. And we're going to make sure the Bod Pod is empty. And then we're going to close the door. And then I'm going to click next. And it's kind of calibrating it for a short time once more. So, we're going to open the Bod Pod door like the screen suggests. And then we're going to place the cylinder back in. Alright, I'm going to close the Bod Pod door after I hit next. So our subject has removed his clothing down to his minimum clothing, no jewelry, eyeglasses, or shoes. Okay, we're good. Alright, so I'm going to hit next. Alright, I'm going to start the body mass measurement. So to start the mass measurement, we're going to clear the scale, and then I'm going to hit next. Clearing in progress. Okay. Alright, so the subject will be stepping on the scale. So could you step on the scale? And then I'm going to hit next. Measurement in progress. So I'm going to ask the subject to step off the scale. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to click next to continue. Clearing in progress. Okay. Calibration complete. I'm going to open the Bod Pod door and I'm going to click next. We're going to start our first volume measurement. So the subject must be wearing a swimming cap and a minimal clothing as well. And then I'm going to ask him to step into the Bod Pod. Alright, so I'm going to have you sit still, relax, breathe normally, and stay upright, both feet on the floor, okay? Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to close the door now, okay? Alright, and it's going to be the first volume measurement. Then I'm going to click next. Okay, first measurement is complete. We're going to open the Bod Pod door. And then I'm going to click next. And then we're going to start our second volume measurement. I'm going to close the door. Are you doing okay?
Yes.
Alright, so just relax, sit down, and one moment, please. Thank you. Alright. Then I'm going to click next once more. So the screen is saying that the first and second volume measurements were inconsistent. So we're going to perform a third volume measurement. And then we're going to open the Bod Pod door. One more time. So we're going to perform the third volume measurement. Just breathe normally and relax, okay?
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to click next. Then I'm gonna close the door. Okay, so the volume measurements are complete. We're gonna open the Bod Pod door. Then I'm gonna click next. Well, the test is complete, so you can stop off the Bod Pod if you like. Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna close the door. And then we're gonna click next to view his results. Okay, so according to the results, you are at 5.8% fat percentage, so which is considered ultra lean according to this chart over here for men.
Okay, perfect.
Alright. And your fat-free mass, which is your lean mass, is at 94.2. And then your estimated RMR, or your resting metabolic rate, is at 1740, which means that you're burning 1740 kcals a day. Alright, so I'm gonna have you put back on your cloning, and then we're gonna head back to the office.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so based on the normative data of American College of Sports Medicine, you are considered very lean in comparison with other men your age. So based on your results, would you like to increase, decrease, or maintain your percentage?
Actually, want to maintain.
Okay. Alright, since you want to maintain your body fat percentage, just stick to your workout routine, which is 5 days a week of working out, 2 hours a day. You told me like playing basketball as your cardio workout, and just keep doing that for 30 minutes a day, okay? And then an hour, 30 minutes of weightlifting. Just make sure to rotate in between those days for each muscle group, and just maintain your normal eating habits.